Order in the homosexual court. Order in this homosexual court. This is the Honorable Judge Ryan Gabbett.
And the Honorable Judge Jacob Schubach. The disputes are real, the decisions are final, and the judges are homosexuals. This is Gay Court.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the fourth installment of Gay Court, the comedy podcast where we debate all things LGBTQ+.
Gay rights, gay rights.
Gay rights!
So this week's theme is funny things we did while we were in the closet, and we'll be answering some listener letters, discussing the ways we tried to pass as straight, and we'll end with Let the Record Show, where Ryan will be discussing gays over COVID.
Ooh. Wow. Ooh. But before we jump into it, we want to invite all you guys to be part of the debate. Send us your emails and do your civic duty to be part of Gay Court at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your queer conundrums, dating stories, gay crimes, anything you fucking like.
Anything you want. The sky's the limit. And if you don't know what to write, be sure to follow us on social at Gay Court Podcast, where we'll be posting prompts, memes, and honestly anything we want. And we also have a very exciting announcement.
That's right. We have our first guest. Welcome, Alex.
Slay!
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Slay!
I am honestly so excited. The amount of preparation I've done for this is insane. Cannot wait.
We're going to use that as the model for every future guest of how many hours would you say of preparation?
You're going to measure
this?
At least 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You have to measure them all against my performance. This is a big responsibility to be the first guest, but I'm excited about it.
Honestly, 10 hours is more than I put into this in terms of preparation. So congratulations to you.
It's more than I put into most things. So
We love that. All right. So as our first gayliff, our gay bailiff, you'll be providing your thoughts and opinions throughout the podcast, but we have to swear you in. This is our first gayliff swearing ceremony.
Let's go.
Jacob, are you excited?
I'm thrilled to be here. I cannot wait. So we've asked you to bring an item that you feel represents your gay identity. It's a gay piece of paraphernalia. Please tell us what you've brought to the court.
I cannot wait. Okay, quick context. I just quit my job teaching.
Period.
I'm transitioning between jobs right now. Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Literally fuck them kids. But if they're listening, love y'all. Just kidding. On my last day, a lot of them wrote me cards, and some of them were really sweet. Some made me cry, some made me laugh. But one person wrote me this card. Can I just read it? Is that just easiest?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. It says, "Dear Mr. Sipo, thanks for being my math teacher for this year. Even though sometimes you look like a Pomeranian mixed with Chihuahua, you still have a cool tattoo. Thank you for accepting my pronouns." And then she said, #fruity. I died. And the fruity is in all rainbow colors. And I was like, I think this is a way of calling me fag, but it's I am gonna let you. It's okay. But I just have to use this letter because it's iconic.
That's the most iconic thing I've ever heard. You gotta frame
Right?
that. Oh my
and she's
God.
I already plan on framing it. And she's 10 years old. I was go off. And a lot of them just read me for my look. So Pomeranian mixed with Chihuahua, I'll take it.
And what is the tattoo that you have?
I have 4 tattoos, so I don't know which one she's referring to, but I have a butterfly, I have a sunflower, and then I have my siblings' initials, and then I have some ivy. It could be either one. I'm going to guess it's the butterfly based on the vibe I'm getting from the letter.
I'm going to guess it's the initials.
Literally.
I'll guess sunflower.
Initials, gay.
Yeah, literally. Honestly, fair.
The #fruity kills me, though.
Oh, I literally laughed so hard, yeah.
All right. So since this is our first swearing ceremony, you have to repeat the following words.
Please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the letter.
Okay.
Repeat after me. I swear to slay the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I swear to slay the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Wow. This is exciting.
I know.
I love that you raised your hand in Zoom as well.
I raised my hand and it goes, "You're about to raise your hand," and I was like, "Oh, I think it just can detect it," which is so cool.
The
I want
iPad
an
is too
iPad.
powerful.
I want
I know,
an iPad
literally,
now.
it's the iPad. It's the new iPad Air, not sponsored by Apple, but I recommend.
What color did you get?
I wanted lavender, but they were out of every color except for black, and I was like, I don't want to wait, so just give me the black one.
Okay.
Get a lavender case.
Oh, I already bought a sky blue. Yeah, I'm excited.
Love it.
So, of course, now that you are our first gayliff, we have to ask you a few questions. First question. What made you decide to come on this podcast? What was the inspiration for you?
Inspiration. I honestly just feel like and it's funny because this is the theme of the episode. I feel like I was in the closet for so long that when Ryan was like, want to come on a podcast and talk about being gay? I was like, hell yeah, that sounds like so much fun. That was honestly it.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Follow-up question. When is the last time you played the gay card?
Ooh. My family means well, but they are pretty conservative and a little old-fashioned. So I love to like mention that I'm gay in front of them because I can feel them get uneasy. I went to a Baby Keem concert a couple weeks ago and I texted my siblings about it. And my brother is like as straight as they come. And he goes, no way, you're not at a Baby Keem concert. I don't believe you. You don't listen to that music. And I was like, is this your way of calling me gay? Because it feels that way. And I could just tell that he got so uncomfortable over text. He was like, stop, I never said that. And I was like, but by the way, he was right. I will never go to a Baby Keem concert or any rap concert for that matter ever again.
Really?
It was too straight. It was too straight. everyone was moshing. I had beer spilling all over me. And like I was there like with my boyfriend and his friends, and like I could tell that they were more into it because they knew his music better. But I didn't know it enough to like join in. So I was just like in the corner, like bobbing along, like myself, and it just was not my environment.
Would you go to a Nicki concert though?
Ooh.
Oh, okay, yes. I should clarify that means male rapper or like straight male rapper. That's what I would do.
Lil Nas X would put on a good show.
Yes, Lil Nas
I would
X.
go to a Lil Nas X concert for sure. Yeah.
So, Alex, what is the gayest thing you've ever done?
Ooh, that's a good question.
This took quite a bit of thinking, but the answer is very obvious. When I was in middle school, this makes no sense in hindsight, but my middle school did a production of High School Musical, like as a musical, and I played Sharpay.
In middle school?
In middle school!
Oh my god. A little
love
baby
that.
icon.
I know.
Are there photos?
Yeah.
Are there videos?
I think that there are photos in like my family scrapbook. I don't have any like on me because I honestly, it's a memory that I like have not thought about since reading this question.
It's a moment you repress, but now remember forever.
Yeah, because at the time I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. Like, of course I'm gonna play a girl, haha. But like as I got older, I was like, I can't believe I did that.
That's iconic.
I know,
Icon.
right?
You did drag of Ashley Tisdale. Ugh.
Oh, literally.
Did you have a wig?
Yeah, a blonde wig. It was
my
honestly so
God.
fun. Everything about it was like very cheap because it was middle school and it was like a private like Catholic school. So in hindsight, they let me play a girl. Surprising.
I love this story.
And wait,
Right?
so did you audition and beat like girls? Like
No, which is weird because my class was like a good mix of boys and girls. So it's not as if they were like a lack of girls to play girl roles. But at the time, it was more so just like you kind of sign up for what role you want to do and then they choose. And no one else signed up for it because all of them were like, oh my God, we want Sipo to do that role. Everyone called me by my last name. And I did.
Wow. I love that.
that's
Right?
incredible. I'm like, I need video, I need photos, I need the full
I need
Mhm.
primary, what's that word you use?
primary source.
I need a primary source.
I'll dig them up.
I can't wait. Ryan, you also wanted to talk about dumplings, didn't you?
Oh.
Let's discuss what's on gay Twitter today, shall we? Let's discuss dumpling gay.
Let's talk about it. You're the one who discovered it, I'm assuming, because you sent it to me and I was
I sent
astonished.
it to all the gays. I was just like,
Literally, it reached 20 gays only because of Ryan.
So, tell us the story of how you discovered
The
it.
story?
Where were
Okay.
you? I remember exactly where I was when I saw this.
I was on the couch, avoiding work. Sorry, work, but it was a me moment. I needed to be on Twitter, so I was going on Twitter and scrolling, and all these Twitter gays were saying, "What the fuck is dumpling gay?" And then the next tweet be like, "Oh my god, dumpling gay!" And I was like, "What is dumpling gay? And why don't I know about this yet?" So I did some searching, aka I clicked a tweet and then found the video, like commented in one of the tweets, and it was basically a video of an OnlyFans video, like a preview of a guy pushing out a dumpling out of his booty hole, his bussy, and it plopping into another guy's mouth and him eating it.
Oh my god, I didn't finish the video.
Wait, you didn't finish it?
I didn't know that's what happened at the end.
Yeah, he like
Listen, I like literally I saw the dumpling come out and I gagged And I was like, no, I'm not watching the rest of it. I'm pulling it up right now.
He like squatted on top of the guy's mouth and it like plopped right into the guy's mouth. And I was just like, my eyes.
You just couldn't look away.
I was like, if I have to see this, every fucking person has to see this.
Mm.
Wait, I'm watching it right now.
Jacob has like a visceral reaction. There it is.
I had to look away. I need to let me rewind a little. Oh, he's chewing.
He's eating it.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
There's just many questions. You brought up a really good one. Like, how did the dumpling stay intact?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, like when I cook a dumpling, like it usually falls apart. Probably because I'm a bad chef, but whatever. Damn.
But like, it like just plopped right in. Like, it just was heated up in the bussy like an easy bake oven and then served fresh.
Who knew?
Fresh, never frozen.
Better gays be like doing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Too much. No one asked for that. No one asked you to stuff dumplings up your butt and then give them to someone else. No.
Is this a recurring thing on their OnlyFans? I'm not going to
No.
click to learn more, but like I'm hoping that one of you did.
I didn't click to learn more. I was like, oh, this is enough for me to see. But I found it funny that I think one of the guys like handles is like has like hunger in it. So I'm like, oh my god, is there just a lot of food things on yours?
I'm like, I totally have no idea. You're right. Good question. And in hindsight, I'm like, I've been following this guy for years. Like, oh yeah, this is my cousin. He does good work.
Oh my god.
No, oh, it's terrible.
But what were your thoughts when I sent it to you guys?
I already shared that I gagged and I apparently didn't even watch the full thing. So it wasn't my favorite, but I will always remember exactly where I was. I was about to take a shower after a workout class. And I was like, oh, let me open this DM.
Surprise!
Yeah.
But Alex, I sent it to Luis. Luis is Alex's boyfriend. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Did you hear about Dumpling Gay? And then I just got a random text from you. Like, I did not need to see that video. And I was like, what video? I didn't send you anything.
You're like, you weren't a part of this. No, he texted me right away. Want to see this gross video Ryan sent me? And then he goes, do you want context or no? And I was like, no, just send it. And then I watched it and I immediately regretted it. It very much brought up 2 girls, 1 cup vibes.
Yeah.
Like turning point in my childhood.
I never saw that either.
Never saw that?
Really?
I was too scared to
Ooh.
like look that up. And I was also like, 2 girls? Not for me.
It fits in perfectly with the theme because I didn't want to say no to that at the time because I was like, yeah, I'm straight. I want to see 2 girls in 1 cup. What's that all about? Did not want to see it.
Mm-mm. It was a life-changing experience in not a good way. I was just like,
No.
Mom, can you come pick me
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
Oh, messy.
Messy.
Did you have any other banter that you wanted to bring up, Ryan? Any Pinocchio moments?
Pinocchio. Oh, you know how it's not. What is it? What I say? Tibbles. It's Tibble.
Oh, yes. We have a correction to make on the podcast. I saw a TikTok that Pinocchio's horse's name is not Tibbles. It's Tybalt. Tybalt.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought it was fruitier than it was.
I mean, the whole movie's fruit. I love it.
Our
We need to
greatest
see
hits.
it.
Hashtag fruity.
Hashtag
Yeah.
fruity. Yes.
I would watch
Mhm.
that in like IMAX theaters, like big screen, front row. Like I would love to see Pinocchio on the big
Also, I saw the tweet you posted on the Gay Court podcast. I literally laughed with Adele.
Oh. I made that when I was editing and I was like, this is going to be such a funny meme. And
I was the only like and retweet.
so follow Gay Court Podcast on Twitter.
Pulling it up. I want to see this meme.
I'll just have Adele's face on it. You could play it.
It's just me.
Oh. The way that Pinocchio is just like guiding our entire lives right now. Oh.
Pinocchio is the Lord and Savior of this podcast.
He is our
Yeah.
gay guide. He is the
He
one.
is our not Colton Underwood. Who's the other one? The other white one.
Oh, Gus Kensworthy.
Yeah, he's our Gus Kensworthy.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Thank you, Gus Kensworthy. So I think it's finally time for us to transition to the first segment, which is Gays on the Case.
Whoop whoop. Gays on the Case, where we look at something queer and dissect it. And this week, we're going to be looking at acting straight. Do you code switch in these places?
It's a great question. I feel like I code switch a lot.
I code switch at work all the time.
Side note, I'm seeing Charlie XCX on Sunday, and I literally
it's
will
this
not.
Sunday?
I will not be code switching. I will be gay as hell at the Greek
I
Theater.
need, yeah,
You
In
better
Los
you need to do
be.
the opposite.
Yes, I need to become more gay.
Go
Somehow.
deeper into the gay territory.
Yes,
You can't code switch
exactly.
at all.
Are there places that I gay it at? Charlie XCX concert. Something to think about for future podcast episodes. But the first one that I wrote down was the mechanic, because every time I go there to try and get my car fixed, I try to act as straight as possible. Like I will wear like plain pants. I will wear like a jean shirt on top and like try to like look mask. But I don't know that it works. Because they're like, what's wrong with your car? And I'm always like, it making a weird noise. What do I do? But that is a place that I certainly code switch.
I don't even try to code switch at a mechanic because I don't even know what happens to my car. So I just make my dad do it for me. I'm like, Dad, this is doing something. Can you bring it to the mechanic? He's like, okay. I'm like, perfect.
I just go to random places and I'm like, please help me.
One perk about living in New York is no cars.
No
I have-
cars. I do not
no,
miss my car at all. It's the worst. Do you find yourself when you like get your oil change spending like $300, even though you just plan on spending like $30 to get your oil changed?
Oh, I go to
Is that just me?
Valvoline and I'm like, give me the cheap one. And they're like, okay. But I always worry that like when they like check out the car, they're like, there's 12 things wrong with your car. And I'm like, no, there's not.
Okay, I probably should be a little more like that because whenever I got my oil change before, if they're like, oh, this, and that, and the other is wrong, I'm like, oh, shoot, like, can you fix it? And then they're like, here's your $900 bill. And I'm like, I suck. I should have just said no.
Yeah.
They take advantage of me.
I found this place in K-Town. It's called Hans Beverly Auto. They're fantastic. They know how to fix a car and not overcharge you. Which this is a very big side note. But one time I was going to Raven Simone's house for a garage sale because she posted on her Instagram that there was a garage sale. And I was like, Raven Simone is gay. I'm gay. Let's go. So me and my roommate went. We were listening to Fuego by the Cheetah Girls. Because
Perfect. Exactly.
Of course.
And then my car started to smoke. And I was like, Fuego, wow.
The symbolism.
The symbolism. Hans Beverly Auto fixed my car and it was great. But then the next day I had to take it to the Honda dealership because there was some recall with the airbag that it would shoot shrapnel into my chest if it went off.
Oh, nice.
So I had Honda fix that. And Honda was like, there's like $2,000 worth of like things that need to be fixed with your car. Do you want to fix them today? And I was like, no, Honda. So never trust the dealer is the only thing I know about cars.
Fair. Until your car blows
That is
up
fair.
and then it's like too late.
Until your car blows up while you're listening to the Cheetah Girls.
You literally, very fuego.
Very Fuego.
One question. Did you make it to the garage sale?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. So we dropped the car off at Hans Beverly Auto and then we Ubered to Raven
Ooh.
Simone's house. And we bought like a bunch of stuff from her. I had like a little book that was like signed by one of the producers of the Cheetah Girls. And it was like, good luck,
Ooh.
Raven. I eventually donated it because it was, I don't know, dumb. But we bought, she was supposed to show up to the event and then she didn't. So her assistant was like FaceTiming everyone. And Raven was like, for the next minute, everything's $1. Grab as much shit as you can. And so we were grabbing all of this stuff and we were trying to grab as many shoes as we could because we were like celebrity foot fetish. This was when I first moved to LA and we were trying to like find money easily. We were like, if we can find a picture of Raven wearing any of these shoes that we bought, we can sell them to somebody who wants them. We bought a bunch of shoes. We could not find pictures of any of them. Our harebrained scheme went awry, but I still do have a pair of her Manolo Blahniks in a cabinet somewhere.
Oh.
They're green and they're really nice.
Do they fit you?
Yeah,
You know, I actually haven't ever tried them on, but
You should wear them to the Charlie XCX concert.
I should.
that's a way to get more gay. Mhm.
That's a great idea. So
Raven Simone's Manolo Blahniks.
Raven Simone's Manolo Blahniks are an integral part of my story when it comes to mechanics. That's my main point of feedback for this segment.
As I said, I do act very straight at work. I act very boring at work is what I do. I don't show any of sexuality at all. I think people just think I'm a very quiet and nice young man.
So you don't tell your coworkers about this podcast?
No, all my coworkers are like 50-year-old like New Jersey women who like live in like houses, and I'm like, this is maybe too much for them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They're like,
I'm
what's
obsessed
a
with them
podcast?
already.
They're like, what did you do this weekend? And I'm like, oh, I did nothing. Insert me like on like a 3-day bender and just like going crazy.
They're our core audience. At work, I'm like usually pretty gay. For the past probably like 4 years now, I've always been placed on the Pride Month campaign. So I think they know that I'm gay.
You're the
You're
token
like-
gay.
I'm the token gay. They're like, who wants to work on Pride? And everyone's just like,
They look at you slowly.
Points.
does anybody know anything about gay people? And it's like, I do.
Insert you making a gay networking event and be like, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm gay.
I did make a gay networking event, didn't I?
You did.
Interesting. Alex, I know your students thought you were fruity, but what was your experience being?
I did not
workforce?
hide it at all. And I don't know if it like made any of my coworkers mad, but I mostly did it, and this was like sappy, not like very like haha funny gay core material. But like I never had any teachers growing up that were like outwardly gay. And I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I am in a position where I can like shape a 10-year or 11-year-old's like mind and it be like normal for them to like be around gay people. So I did not hold back. If I had plans to hang out with my boyfriend, I told them. If I went out to bars like the weekend, I told them. Like I literally did not hold back at all.
That's so
that.
wholesome.
We love that.
Right? And like at times I was like, oof, I shouldn't have like shared that like very strange part of my life with them because they're like 10. But I feel like they appreciated it. A lot of the cards that I got, aside from the one that I like shared, were about being gay and like had like LGBTQ and like rainbows drawn. And I was like, this is so sweet.
That's so
Aw.
nice.
Right?
We love the younger generation. They're so nice.
They're great. I miss them. But fuck them
Like,
kids.
do you? Just kidding.
No. I miss like 4 of them.
Aw. I'm like, what? Like in 4th grade?
Fifth.
5th grade.
Okay.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
We have a live confession about to happen.
My confession is that I literally completely made that story up. The shock. Lying is just so fun. Sometimes I just like to act.
Wait, really?
Yes. Yeah. But you
But
believe me,
where-
didn't you?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
also like a little surprised that like you weren't like, I got bullied or like anything. I was like, oh, it's just like everybody likes Sharpay. Great.
And that's where you should have known that there was a problem, because can you imagine me playing Sharpay in a Catholic school? I would have been eaten alive.
That's why I was like, oh wow,
But yeah.
they're so nice for
I'm so accepting.
Eaten
yeah.
alive by
Yeah.
Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. So I guess the gayest thing I've ever done was lie about playing Sharpay Evans on a gay podcast.
Wow.
But I'm just happy that y'all believe me.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow,
That was
that was
really
nice.
good.
Well
And
played.
scene.
That was a plot twist that I did not
Right?
expect.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it would
didn't
add
see
a little
that coming.
juicy element to the episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the future guests are really gonna have something to live up to.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. They really do.
they do.
I do love lying. Lying is one of my favorite gay things to do.
Isn't
it's
it
like
so
Yeah,
much
it's-
fun?
Yeah, it
it's
is.
the best gay crime.
It's just like acting. I don't really consider it lying if it's harmless. It's acting. I was playing a role,
That's exactly how I look at it too. Hell yeah.
right?
All of this is camp. This is camp and it's
This is
acting.
camp.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. So I think it's time for the next segment, which is Investigate, where we'll cross-examine the same theme or topic. As we've mentioned, this week's theme is humorous things we did to try to pass as straight.
Dun dun dun.
Ryan, would you like to go first?
Would I like to go first?
Yeah.
Sure. I was once asked in the 8th grade locker room, like, if I was gay, and if I wasn't, what did I like most about girls?
Mm.
And I was there just like with my like gym shorts in my hand, like, what? I'm like,
Me?
I was not like ready for this like chat with this like random guy who just came up to me as I was mid changing, and I was just like, I'm not gay. I like girls. And then he's like, so what do you like most about girls? And I'm like, boobs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you remember that one Nicki Minaj live stream where she was like, big boobs?
Yeah.
Big boobs.
Anyway, so
Big boobs. What? Child. Anyway, so
But like, I just remember that day being like a very weird day because then like I said boobs, and then like some other guy was like, I like my girlfriend's boobs, and I was like, aren't you in 7th grade? And then he started talking about like her nipples and areolas, and I got very uncomfortable because I was like, I think I started this.
mhm.
I feel like we could do an entire episode about gym class in middle through high school of like changing and like not wanting to play the sports. I mean, unless you're a sporty gay, but like I was like, I had 2 friends in my gym class. One was like an artsy girl, and then one was like a stoner girl. And like we would like walk the mile together.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty
solidarity.
sure all the
Are we
gays
still
walk
talking
the
about
mile.
middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stoner girl in middle school?
I guess that was high school. Yeah.
Still.
She at the end of high school, she told me, she's like, you're the only reason that I got through high school because I would not have gone to gym class if you weren't there. And I was like,
That's so cute.
That's so sweet.
girl, you're the only reason I got through high school because I would not have gone to gym either because I don't like sports.
You're like, 'cause I'm a flaming homo.
Blaming homosexual.
Did all the gays just walk the mile? Because I never ran it.
I
always ran it.
because you had to like you had to in the fall you had to do bad so that in the spring you could like beat your record and still get the 100%
Yeah.
for gym class. Like that's the only reason that I would like hustle.
I ran it because I'm competitive as hell.
Oh, that makes sense. I can see
Yeah.
that.
And I always got second. I always lost to another guy in my class, and I was always pissed at him for it. But I think it could have just been a secret crush. That was like, I want to beat you. Yeah, so healthy.
Was he gay? Do we know if
No.
he's gay?
Very
Oh.
straight. Yeah, has a
Oh.
girlfriend. I think he lives in like Florida and plays hockey at this point. I'm like, I barely know him. I like know every detail about his life.
you like list like every single
Like,
case.
yeah, he lives on this street. This is his address. This is his phone number. Like,
It's what he got
But
on
yeah, I
his
haven't
401k.
yeah, no, yeah, sad. He's straight.
Yeah.
It's okay. I remember my school for high school, like we got the option of like getting out of PE gym class
Mhm.
if we took an AP class. So I
Ooh.
took the AP class, so I didn't have to work out.
Yeah, and that is the gayest thing you've ever done.
I've done many gay things.
I know.
Pride 2021 hashtag
Love Pride.
that gay.
So the rulings that we're going to make are cringe or endearing, as we always do when we talk about our past. So in the case of Ryan saying that he likes big boobs
big boobs.
in 7th or 8th grade, I give it,
It's
I want to say it's like endearing because you were just trying to protect yourself.
that shit's
But
cringe as
But I
fuck.
also want to say it's like a little cringe because you were like half undressed.
I would literally had my gym shorts in my hand. Like I feel very vulnerable right now.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Then I'll give it an endearing.
No, give it a cringe. Just cringe. It's
Oh,
cringe.
fine, it's cringe. Shit. Gayliff Alex, how would you like to rule?
I'm leaning towards cringe only because of the conversations that it opened afterwards. Of like,
Oh.
I love my girlfriend's boobs. I'm just like, this is too much.
It was
like,
too
you really
much.
started something.
You allowed
like-
straight people to talk.
Yeah, express
I know.
themselves, and that's cringe inherently.
Like he started talking about her areolas, and I was like, then everyone stopped at that moment because we were all like,
Areolas.
because he was like, they're brown, but they're not too brown, and we're like, what does that mean?
Wow.
It was like way too detailed for 7th grade.
Did you go to public school?
Yeah.
Same.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That'll happen in public school.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
What's next for you, Ryan? What else?
My
have you done?
next one, I'm pretty sure all us baby gays had girl crushes on some pop diva. I
Yes.
think that is a rite of passage, correct?
Yep, this is one of mine too. So
yeah, mine was Britney Spears.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just love the show she put on, the choreo, the glitter, the costumes, the choreo.
The choreo again.
Yeah.
What age was this for you? Because like there was like a couple spotty years during our adolescence for Britney.
Like this is like baby gay. Like I was like 6, and I was like, oh, she's so pretty. I would marry her.
You're but I want to listen to her music. Oops, I did it again.
Like literally me like doing the actual choreography of Oops, I Did Again in my living room, and my mom's like, he's not gay.
Yeah,
I just think she's pretty.
He's just vibrant. He's into music.
It's just a phase. He just loves to dance.
Yeah.
He loves to sing with these white women who just belt and like dance for a living. Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, so I just remember being like, especially when NSYNC and their like little like things would happen. Back to Lance Bass. I loved it. They were my 2 top faves, Lance Bass and Britney Spears. I was like, I love her because she's pretty and she dances a lot. And he's cute, but I don't know why I think that. Yeah. So my baby gay crush was Britney Spears because I love Britney Spears. Free Britney
Spears.
Yeah. But actually this topic was very hard for me to think of because I think everyone just assumed I was gay.
Oh, wow. So you never thought you were straight passing?
I don't think anyone like questioned anything. They're just like, that's a homo.
And you didn't try to cover it up.
I mean, I did. I still do at work apparently because I don't talk about my weekends, but
I don't need to know at work. Work is different.
I'm just the quiet gay who just sits there and eats saltines in the corner or something. I don't know.
It sounds so sad. I just picture you like having one saltine in 2 hands and just like chewing on it like a little squirrel. Like I hate that.
Like the little rat I am.
No, but you do have really fun weekends, so you should share them.
Maybe
you should do like a little test where it's like, I went to a drag show. See what they say, because they'd be like, oh my god, I want to go to a drag show.
I mean, like one of my coworkers is my friend's mom, so she watches Drag Race, so we talk about Drag Race, but that's pretty much the extent of my homosexuality being
part of your corporate experience.
Yeah, I'm like, just pay me and don't talk to me.
Fair. Back to pop divas. This was also one of mine. Except mine was Miley Cyrus / Hannah Montana. And I remember that my siblings and we would make forts from time to time during our adolescence. And we would just like have like big forts in like one of our rooms. And it would just be like sheets like all over the place. And it was like weird. And in my fort, I like printed out a bunch of full page pictures in color of Miley Cyrus. And I like taped them on the inside of my fort to really like give the idea of like, A, I have a man cave mask. B, it's full of pictures of Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana. So double mask. That all being said, I got yelled at quite a bit because I used a lot of ink from the printer to print out my pictures of Miley Cyrus. And my mom was like, you are never going to meet Miley Cyrus and you are never going to marry her. And I was like, that's really harsh because like I really think I could marry Miley Cyrus. Looking back, my mother was right. Like I wouldn't.
She was right.
She was right.
She was like, this little boy thinks he's gonna marry a woman. We'll see about that.
Interesting. I still haven't met Miley, and I still haven't married her. So thus far, Pamela has been correct. She's also correct that the cost of printer ink is extensive, and I was wrong for doing that as well. So this is my formal apology, Mother, if you're listening. I'm sorry about the dumpling thing, but here we are.
Oh my god.
I forgot your mom listens to this podcast.
What?
I forgot your mom listens to this podcast.
She's at least listened to the first episode. But me and my sister, we also have a podcast, and we put in a code word to see if our mother listens. So every so often we'll be like, the code word is bananas. And if our mother doesn't say anything about it, then we know she doesn't listen. Fake fan.
Can we do a code word for this one?
Dumpling.
The code word is dumpling for this episode.
Fair.
Code switch, code word, dumpling.
Code switch dumpling. Alex, any pop divas in your life that you pretended to have a crush on? Or
Yes,
did
this
have a
was my
crush on?
number one. This was my number one thing. So this is very real. Whenever someone asked me who my celebrity crush was, instant panic. I don't know if either of you can relate to this, but it's just
Yeah.
like, fuck, like, who am I gonna say that I like come off as straight passing? But like, Selena Gomez was like always top tier. I feel like because of like Disney, like Wizards of Waverly Place, like she was just prevalent in my life. But then like Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, those stood out. I feel like, so I had a friend who was actually dating a guy, and she texted me one day and she was like, I have a feeling that he's gay. Like, can you like stalk him a little bit and like tell me what you think? And I was like, I have an easy like thing for you. Like the next time you go out with him, ask him who his celebrity crush is. And if he says like Ariana Grande, he's gay. And she asked him, and he said Ariana Grande. Yeah. She called me literally right after the date, and she was like, he said Ariana Grande. And I was like, he's gay. I felt so bad.
But was he actually gay?
He still hasn't come out, but he like broke up with her one day, and he was like sobbing, and he was like, I wish I could explain to you why I need to do this, but this is just what I need to do for myself. And I was like, that is your sign. Like, he's gay. I feel bad for him. I wish he could live his truth. But yeah, he was pretty flamboyant.
Hopefully he's on his journey to success out there, wherever he may be.
I agree.
Ariana Grande is a good one, though. She's very pretty. So since we all experienced this one, I feel like the ruling has to be endearing.
Yeah, it has to be endearing.
It can't not be. So therefore, endearing.
Woohoo!
The second one that I had was from when I was a baby gay. It was Spy Kids. And this is like there was a girl I think it was in first grade who had a crush on me. And she invited me over to her house. And my mom was like, do you want to go over to her house and like go like hang out or whatever? Like she has like a little crush on you. Her mom told me. And I was like, oh, like, no, I don't want to go. And then my mom made me go because she was like, you're in first grade, like just do it. And I was like, fine, whatever. And so this girl made me watch Spy Kids. And I had to like be interested in it and pretend that it was very, very entertaining, even though I was like confused and like didn't want to be there. And then her older sister came in and was like, I don't think you should show Jacob Spy Kids. He'll be scared of the thumbs. And I had to pretend to also not be scared of the thumbs. Anyways, all this to say is that this girl eventually asked me to be her boyfriend by taking a piece of paper out of my Bulbasaur themed notebook, which I was very upset about because I was like, why are you ripping pages out of my Bulbasaur notebook? And she wrote, I want to marry you. She misspelled it. She wrote it Mare. I want to marry you. And she gave it to me. And I think I still have it somewhere because I was like, one day this will come in handy. But she recently just got married to a man. And I really wanted to like post on her Facebook and be like, hey girl, do you remember when you said you wanted to marry me in first grade? But I didn't because I was like, I don't think her fiance would be like, she'd be like, who is this?
You're like, what the fuck? We had a deal. What is this all about?
We had a fucking deal. So it wasn't really like that much of like trying to be like straight because I literally was like, I don't want to be your boyfriend in first grade. Like it's too early for me. But I do like the idea that a woman wanted to marry me at one point.
Yeah, we love that.
Thank you.
Are you still scared of the thumbs?
I don't think I've ever like fully sat down and watched Spy Kids. Like now I'm like, is there a little bit of trauma there? Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's unpack that. I don't think I've ever watched Spy Kids. I like have a vague memory of Emily Osment being in Spy Kids 2 with like ponytails that helped her fly.
Her helicopter ponytails.
Her helicopter ponytails, yes. But other than that, no, I don't think I've ever fully gotten back into Spy Kids. But what about you? Did you guys have girlfriends in his childhood? Ryan, I know you did, right?
I did. I had my little kindergarten girlfriend and we'd climb trees and shit.
And where is she now?
I don't know. I know she's still my neighbor in California. I don't speak to her ever.
Wow. So the relationship didn't last.
No, but I do remember like literally being like, "Oh, we're getting married." We told like our parents, and we were like 5, and they're like, "Okay," and like I'm like, "Why?"
Because they wanted you to get married at age 5.
Yeah. So I had a little kindergarten girlfriend, but Alex, did you have a kindergarten girlfriend or a
Kindergarten.
girlfriend in general?
Yeah. You have to have a girlfriend once in a while if you're trying to pass it straight, or else people are gonna get suspicious and ask questions.
You got to have a
But
beard.
no, you have to have a beard. There you go. No, I had a girlfriend, and my first girlfriend was in first grade, and this was very much one-sided. We actually had like a Scholastic book fair, and she bought like rubber like rings from it, and she gave me one, and she was like, "Can you be my boyfriend?" And at the time, I was like, "Sure," because I'm a doormat, so I never say no to anyone. I put the ring on. My finger got so purple that my teacher had to like call my mom and was like, "You need to pick him up." It was a whole mess. That ring was way too tight. That's a sidebar. But yeah, I dated her. I had a girlfriend in like middle school that lasted for like a week, and I bought her a necklace from Claire's. That was like the nicest thing I've ever done for someone, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a girlfriend in high school for a week, but that was when I knew I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm gay. Stop dating girls. It's not fair to them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like how they're all 1 week long.
Oh, they were like 8 days max. Because I like went into them being like, I can do this. Like if you put your mind to it, you can date a girl and you'll enjoy it. But like after a week, you're like, I can't take this anymore. I'm tired. It's hard.
That unlocked a core memory inside of my brain just now that when I was in high school, I didn't date girls in high school because I was the same as you, where I was just like, I can't do that. But I remember I was like a very like little religious young man, and I tried to make a deal with God where if I did 100 push-ups, I wouldn't be gay anymore. And I got to like 10 push-ups and never finished them.
And God was just laughing over you. It's like
I was
pathetic.
like, maybe if I finished those push-ups, I would be straight now. You never know. Core memories, love unlocking them.
Ruling is cringe.
Cringe because I've never seen Spy Kids, which is a seminal piece of film cinema in our
It is
country's
art.
legacy.
It is
It's
art.
great.
It is. I'll watch it eventually. I don't like movies. I probably won't watch it. I'm sorry.
How would you rule on it, Alex?
Honestly, I kind of been leaning more towards endearing because like I can just picture you nestled up to your little first grade friend, and that just image seems really cute.
But she got married to a different man.
Yeah, she cheated on you. You're right, cringe.
I just imagine little like 5-year-old Jacob just kind of getting more mad that she ripped the page out of his Bulbasaur notebook than anything else.
Honestly, should I invite her on the podcast? Maybe.
She's like, is she homophobic?
It is possible. But I hope not. I actually once looked up my 4th grade crush, and I was like, I wonder where that guy is now, and if he's actually gay. His profile picture on Facebook was like Trump's America, and I was like, well, I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, not
There it
could be
is.
gay.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
a lot of
That's
Trumpers
fair.
are probably very gay.
I can see that.
true.
Right?
Do a research study, the gay court research
Yeah.
study. Anyways, I think it's your turn, Alex. What are your experiences?
Living in the closet.
Mhm.
The only other thing, and I know we talked about this, but this got mentioned in both of the podcast episodes I've listened to so far, not listening to music in the car. Before coming out, it would be silence in my car. If I had friends in the car, I could feel them being like, what the fuck? Why is there not music on? Because I was just always so scared that if I played the music that I wanted to play, they'd be like, he's gay. If I played music that was like not like in at the moment, they'd be like, oh, he's trying too hard, he's gay. I was always set in my head about everything, and me playing music in the car was a no-go. I never did.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you have like any like old iPods or like old playlists that you've made of music that you did listen to at that time?
Yes, it was very all just like throwback pop. Like I have a playlist on my current Spotify of just like throwback pop songs. And like that was what I listened to at the time. But of course, I'm not going to put shuffle on that when I'm in the car with people I'm trying to be straight around, like Britney Spears or like honestly, it was mostly Britney Spears. But yeah, I was always dead silent. I was always just like, I like to be alone with my thoughts. If my friends would ask me, I just like I like to think when I drive. That's so pathetic.
You couldn't just give them the aux cord and be like, good luck.
I would give it to them if they asked, but
Mhm.
if they didn't ask, silence. We're not listening to music. Yeah,
This is before the era of podcasts, really. So
exactly. Before gay court.
before gay court. I remember when I drove to high school, I would drive with my sister, and I think it was like 2 or 3 CDs. One was a Christmas album that was like pop stars like Selena Gomez and Carly Rae Jepsen would make music, and we would listen to that from like October through December. But the rest of it would be like Kesha, and we would come up with choreography.
Oh,
on the way to school, I was like feeling like a saber tooth tiger, and it was just bad choreo. But like people, like when we would get too close to the high school, people would be like, I saw you dancing in your car. And I was like, no, that must have been someone else. That couldn't have been me because I'm straight.
You're like, I was sneezing. Like,
I was doing something. That wasn't me. I don't know who you're talking about.
That was my sister, not me.
Yeah, exactly. That was but I didn't drive friends around places because my parents wouldn't let me.
Same. Actually, same.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Ryan, about your music experience in high school?
I'm trying to think. Like, I think most of the time I drove by myself, so I just like listened to whatever I wanted to listen to. But if it was like my dad in the car, we just put on like the radio and just sit in silence and listen to whatever was on the radio.
I feel like sitting in your dad and like having him put on music is a very interesting experience because it's just like my dad always put on like the rock and roll station, and I was like, what is this? Like, I do not know.
my dad just always listened to sports, like sports broadcasting, and I would just sit there like, oh, I'm so bored. Or I'm like, oh my god, I totally agree with that point. Like, they're such a good team. Like, just some like off-in comment where I'm just like trying to act straight. Like, oh, it's so true. He's doing so well this season.
I was more like, can we listen to Alejandro by Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So the final ruling, cringe or endearing. We have to be very careful because Danny is listening about silence in the car, and she will write another listener letter.
Yeah, write another one, Danny. Write another one.
Come
I
for
dare
us,
you.
Danny.
Come for me. Cringe?
Yeah.
I think it's cringe, unfortunately.
It's cringe.
There's nothing endearing about it. Let's just call it what it is. It's very cringy.
I'm like, I feel bad. You're our first guest, so I want everything you do to be endearing.
No, I honestly, probably more things that I've done are cringe than endearing, and I accept that.
The cringe to endearing ratio of my life. Ooh, mine's probably cringe too.
Mine is cringe too. 100%
Definitely.
cringe.
Most of us
should
probably
be.
are
Embrace the
more
cringe.
Yeah.
All right, final ruling. Cringe.
Cringe.
Incredible. I think this will then take us to our last segment, which is Let the Record Show, homos.
Yes, Tybalt, I have a special, most treasured drink.
And this week, Ryan will be presenting a case in front of the High Court of Gay Court to see if it will be added to the pop culture history books. Ryan, what would you like to bring before the judges, who is also you?
On the topic of hiding shit, basically, I decided to speak about something that took over summer 2020, I'd say. It was Gays Over COVID. Do you guys remember that YouTube account, Instagram account? This unknown person would post about all these like big gay groups going out to their like Puerto Vallarta group trips or circuit parties, or just not following the mandates during COVID.
As directed by the CDC.
Yeah.
Messy.
Messy. I found like some articles regarding it and how it said like Gays Over COVID is an Instagram account that first became active in July 2020, dedicated to exposing gay men as they are. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Exposing the gays.
Exposing gay men who are, as the name implies, over the coronavirus pandemic, sharing the stories and photos they posted in large maskless gatherings over the course of 2020, directly flouting public health guidance. some describe it as a gay civil war, to the point where it got so much backlash that there was a bounty on the person who was running the account, and people were like, we have to unmask this person. Let's basically ruin their lives as much as he ruined ours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like looking up their account right now. They haven't posted since 2021.
So there is like a lot of arguments debating if shaming these gay men was actually beneficial to stopping them going out, or if it was more like
Targeted harassment,
and just using shame to like try to shame these people into following the COVID guidelines. So that's basically like the entire story. But I found it interesting that one of the articles I wrote was a lot of the people were actually like healthcare professionals going to these events, and then they would post like, oh, mask up, get vaccinated and stuff like that. But then like the next post is like them like partying on the Puerto Vallarta boat that Shangela was on.
Yes, which we need to go into that one because that ship sank, didn't it?
It capsized. No one was hurt, but it capsized and like flipped over into the water.
Which is a lot of drama for any gay experience.
Yeah.
We love that. No, we don't love that. But
speaking of gays over COVID, in the Pride brainstorming doc that I worked on for a company over the summer that Gays Over COVID was bumping, someone listed that we should do a partnership with Gays Over COVID. And I was like, I don't know in what world that you think that's brand safe, just in terms of like COVID, the gay civil war that it ignited and all that stuff. But I was like, that's a really interesting brainstorm idea that someone dropped into this document. But I was like, oof, messy.
I just remember like looking at all these posts, and I always remember there'd just be like one single like woman in the center and just like 50 gays like surrounding her. I'm like, I want to know her story and how she got dragged into this.
Honestly, I would watch like an HBO limited series about gays over COVID and the drama that
Hulu
ignited
documentary.
It's because people were like, they'd be posting on their Instagram stories, and then people would be screenshotting it and sending it to Gays Over COVID, and then those people go on private and they would be like, my life is ruined, like this, that, and the other thing, and like people would try to send it to their employers and like all of this drama. But I feel like it was like very interesting because I feel like I only saw gays over COVID. Like I didn't see like people in general over COVID. It was like very specific to like the gay community, which was just like a weird thing that it just like kept swirling around for all that time. That being said, I couldn't look away. I was like, who's out there partying without their mask on?
Like it's pure entertainment.
It was true.
Maybe the gays are just better at holding one another accountable. They can see it from a wholesome point of view.
Oh, yeah. That's good. The straight people are like, let's have a Super Bowl party, no masks.
And no one cares, yeah.
Also, I feel like gays have this like thing where they always go to like the bigger parties and stuff. Like the gays always have like the circuit parties and things. So is there a straight circuit party? I don't think so.
I remember there was one in downtown LA that like everyone
a straight one?
I don't know if it was a circuit party, but it was like some type of like underground club, and they were like calling it like a Prohibition era thing or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then there was like a bunch of videos of like the cops chasing everyone out of there because they weren't following the mask mandates in the group gathering, whatever. But what a time that global pandemic was for all of us.
Yeah.
That it's still, are we still in one? I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't think it's been declared
like, what's the
not one.
consensus on that? Yeah.
Is it still a pandemic, or is it the one below a pandemic? Epidemic? I don't know.
Do not come here for your news about COVID. This is not that podcast. We do not know.
Shangela.
Oh, Shangela. Shangela was on the boat that capsized, right?
I think so. Or on another boat next to the one that capsized. Something like that.
Shangela was the
Shangela
one.
capsized the boat. Yeah.
Shangela was holding the camera as the boat sank. She was like,
I do remember like they were trying to like cancel her for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Shangela was like, no. I still have We're Here.
We're Here is honestly such a good show. Like
it actually is a really good show.
It's like 10 times better than Queer Eye. No offense to Queer Eye, but like I cry at every single episode of We're Here. Whereas like Queer Eye, I'm like, things are happening to straight people. Okay.
Have you watched We're Here, Alex?
I've seen episodes. I
Mhm.
will say though that I do not like Queer Eye. Please, no one come for me if they're listening to this, but I'm very much of the same opinion as you that like I just find it boring. I don't find it entertaining. I don't get it.
It feels like a gay show for straight people.
It is.
Yeah. So that they can watch Queer Eye and be like, I'm an ally.
ally.
And it's just like they literally like make food and like do like apartment makeovers. It's like a lame like HGTV show. I just don't like it. I think it's boring.
I
That's
think
just
it's
me.
because
Just me.
no, I think that's fair because they like make over straight people more often than not. And I'm like, I don't
Mhm.
like there are plenty of LGBTQ people who would love to have a makeover or would like love to have someone who's like they're supporting them and like helping them as their gay guide, so to speak. But like whatever.
Yeah. Before I saw Queer Eye, I thought it was a show about the guys, or I guess the group, approaching people that were like trying to come out and like helping them through that. That's a show I would watch and very much prefer. But it's like I don't care that you're trying to help this 60-year-old white heterosexual male find himself. Like, no offense to that male, but it's just like not what I really want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's a very straight show for a gay topic. It's
Mhm.
meant for straight people to watch to
Yeah.
feel like they're doing something, I guess.
I will say
Yeah.
though, I do like all of the hosts. Like I find them each entertaining.
Bobby
Mhm.
Burke loves us, apparently.
Bobby Burke likes our comment or our comments on his Instagram. Bobby Burke, you can come on this podcast and we'll talk about Queer Eye and what we think about it.
Also, I will say they don't give Bobby Burke enough credit for changing an apartment in one day, but
Yes, Bobby
give
Burke
more
deserves all the credit.
right. And they give
Mhm.
Anthony credit for cutting an avocado in half.
Literally doing the least. Yeah.
But we've both met Anthony.
We
Alex,
have.
have you met Anthony?
No.
Oh.
I need to buy an avocado t-shirt and then maybe I'll meet him.
Perfect. Do we want to do a quick ruling?
Sure. So, do we rule gays over COVID are part of the gay agenda? Not the gay agenda, the gay history books.
I feel like it's part of the gay history books because it's something that happened to gay people.
But
I
I would
think
put it in like the later chapters.
Yeah, it'll be like in the later chapters and it'll be like half a page.
Yeah. Mhm. It's- yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's not fully a whole thing. And that's the final ruling.
Mhm.
All right. I think this takes us to the saddest part of our show, the closing statements, where we just wrap up what we've experienced and our thoughts on the matter. Ryan, would you like to go first? Would you like me to go first? Or would you like us to force Alex to go first?
We'll put Alex last.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
It's his first time.
Thank you so much.
It's our first guest.
Save the best for last.
Absolutely.
My closing statements, I have one word: dumpling.
Wow.
Yes, never forget that word, dumpling. Mhm.
For my closing statements, I would like to give a quote from one of my favorite philosophers, Miley Cyrus.
Mm.
And it's, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Because sometimes you pretend to not be gay.
The explanation.
I had to explain the philosophy, you know, not everybody gets it. The girls who get it, get it.
Yeah.
And the girls who need me to explain it, I just did.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Brought a tear to my eye.
Thank you. Alex, it is your turn.
My closing statement: if you ever have the chance to play Sharpay Evans in your middle school's production of High School Musical, you should take that chance. And also, my second statement is that sometimes it's just fun to lie. It's called acting.
Incredible vibes. Well, thank you so much for being our very first guest.
Yeah, thank
Miss
you for
Sharpay
having me.
Evans.
Yes, so much fun.
Yay!
So that was the episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to find us on social at Gay Court Podcast. And then my handle is at I Got Shubak, IGOTSCHUPBACH. And Ryan's is What's Up? It's Ryan, WAZUPITSRYAN. And remember, If you hear this and you do not follow us, it makes you, what is the word? Yes, that's correct. Alex, let us know.
Homophobic.
Homophobic.
Homophobic. You better follow us. Be an ally. Do something for once in your life. Alex, is there anything that you would like to promote on the podcast? Any media appearances? Any other podcasts that you're on?
No media appearances. I'm kind of laying low right now. I'm just busy. My schedule's jam-packed. So yeah, I'm just kind of taking time to myself.
Fair. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And like we said at the top of the podcast, if you have any subjects or stories you'd like us to make rulings on, email us at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to leave us a review on your favorite podcast app because it helps us promote the gay agenda. And anything less than 5 stars is what, Alex?
Homophobic.
That's
Homophobic.
right. Homophobic. So see you next time and cause chaos, babes.
Say gay.
Say gay.
Gay.
Gay rights!
Gay Court is a Perfectly Done Toast podcast production.